Yo, what's good, brothers and sisters? My name is Nico, and I'm uploading a video to YouTube every single day so I can get better at speaking to the camera. Today, I started and finished the movie Adolescence. I literally was just brain rotting on TikTok and I came across this video. It was a feminist type video. I don't remember what the heck it said, but I know it hit my emotions. I know I got triggered somewhat because the video was, I don't know if it was about Andrew Tate or the red pill, but it hit part of me that I felt the need to justify. And so I already kind of assumed that these people were going to be feminists that were super anti red pill, anti not anti men and anti misogyny, classical feminists, right? And hold on, before you make a quick character judgment about me, I'm not a red pill bro whatsoever, but I have consumed red pill content in the past. And if you want a quick rundown of if I think a red pill is good or bad, it has good parts, it has bad parts, right? I'm not trying to just play it safe because actually me even uploading this video and talking about what I really think about adolescence is something I never thought I'd have the courage to ask. And I know I will sound cringy. I'm sorry, I'm just super scared. I'm just gonna be vulnerable. I know you're already hating me because you already know that I'm gonna defend this kid somewhat. What he did was absolutely wrong. Yes, the girl was mean and he should have not killed that person. We can agree on that, right? Right? I don't know how to explain this. This is why I'm speaking to the camera every day because I'm like anxious because I can already feel the hate comments. Oh no, let me just try to be myself. Yes, he is just a kid and I believe that the worst of people, the people who assault, the people who murder, the people who are super hateful, everyone's just an accumulation of everything that's happened in our lives. And people just see this kid as a monster. And I see that as wrong. I think if we continually just demonize these people, not saying that they're amazing people, but I truly believe that there will be more justice in this world once we forgive the people who are hurting the most. And oh my gosh, I know I'm okay. Before you hate me, I am willing to talk about it because I want to do what is right for the world. And for ever since my teenage years, I felt that the world has been unfair, like every teenager has. But a lot of these truths that people would just try to talk me out of, I still think they're true. And we sort of just cope our ways out of them. A very key topic, in I don't know if it's a key topic, but a theme, a talking point that comes up in the series Adolescence is 80% of women find the top 20% of men attractive, right? Me as a young boy, when I started getting to the alt right pipeline or whatever the heck red pill you want to call it, how is that not gonna hit? How is it not gonna hit my deepest pain points? I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm still just so overly anxious that you're gonna hate me. Ugh. Maybe this video will ruin my life. So if you're gonna hate me, if you're there's probably a bunch of haters. Either I have zero views or there's just one, two, or 500 comments already of people that already commented before I say what I'm about to say. If you want to comment some constructive criticism, go ahead. Just do it from a place of love because I'm an ex red pill guy who still agrees with a lot of those truths. But I am willing to see where I am wrong because I believe that a key value I must have to be the best person that I can be is to take my pride down and admit I'm a flawed human who makes mistakes. Obviously, some mistakes are greater than the other. I'm not saying that kid didn't do a huge mistake committing murder, right? But I feel crazy conviction. Oh my gosh, I'm so anxious because, and you guys are probably self. If there are haters out there, if you're a hater hating me right now, I love you, but I don't know how else to say this. So I'm just gonna speak the best way that I can. You're probably already closed off to giving me more of a shot to talk. If we had a conversation, I guarantee you we would have a lot of meeting points, common ground. I just want to be good, and I want to transmit my goodness onto the world. Maybe that makes me seem like the guy in the movie, this crazy manipulative who thinks he's in the right, like Jamie in the movie. I see everyone online despising the kid. Everyone. Why don't I'm so ashamed to say this because I've felt his pains before. Because I see everyone hating on him for being such a monster, and no one validating the pains that he did have, no matter if he deserved those pains or not. What I mean the pains is the pains that he was kind of bullied and brutally rejected. No one really validates men's pain of being brutally rejected. Obviously, he was still wrong for murdering. Don't get me wrong. But I think we can agree murder is wrong and also agree that what the girl that died is wrong too. And I think also society has a huge fixation on on victims and who deserves the spotlight. I know there was a scene where it said the person who should be remembered is Katie, the girl that died, and not Jamie, the perpetrator. The victim should be remembered. I think this is some status game that is not. This is some status glory seeking game that is not good for the human race. I think the most divine justice we could ever possibly find as humans, and by the way, I'm just a human. I could be a complete dumbass, and I'm just kind of too prideful and egotistical to know, but I logically know that. And by the way, you too. Acknowledge that I'm not the best articulator, and I can say my points in a way that you would agree if I just twist my words. I guarantee you, at least somewhat. We can find some common ground. But this is why I'm trying to get better speaking to the camera. Also, I wanted to say this. Andrew Tate and the Red Pill have probably caused a lot of bad in the world. But this is like a cautionary tale that it's really just bad. How but is it really just bad? I bet Andrew Tate has gotten probably some number like 1 million men working out now, right? That's at least something. And I believe that the way most feminists and misogyny haters are dealing with the red pill isn't fair when they compare their treatment to sex work, porn, OnlyFans, degeneracies, clubs, parties. Unpopular opinion that will get me a lot of haters. Clubbing is clubbing and scrolling on TikTok in general is probably at the bare minimum just as bad as the red pill could ever be. Ever. Why? Sure, let me get into it. I'm I'm too nervous and ashamed to even show my best level of articulation, even though my best level isn't that good. So you have to bear with me in that case. Whatever. If you kept watching, I don't even want you to comment. I hope no one sees this. And I don't know what you're thinking of me, and that matters so much. Maybe I shouldn't. Honestly, why wouldn't I feel bad? I feel like I'm about to get hated on by everyone in the world because everyone's gonna think I'm a horrible human being. And the red pill people think I'm just a weak bitch ass pussy who's just complaining. They're gonna say I can't be emotional, and even the liberal feminists would say men have to show emotion, but then when it's emotion regarding an experience that I shouldn't be emotional on because they don't deem this reason good enough for me to be sad or emotional or angry, then they won't accept it either. So again, I'm alone. That's probably why I sort of continue to choose to be Christian, even though I didn't really. I had a lot of thoughts and doubts about God, but the way that the Bible talks about forgiveness. You know what? I know you're making snap judgments of me right now, but I guarantee you, if I could articulate myself and we can have an honest conversation where you're being fair, which I honestly believe 99.9% of you watching are not being fair. And even if you wholeheartedly agree with me, you're not going to be fair either. My freaking foot hurts. What I want, what do I want this life? I want to be the best person that I can be. And honestly, I've thought long, deep, and hard about the red pill and misogyny and feminism and men and women. And I have taken my pride down, and I still believe a lot of unpopular opinions that will get me isolated and ostracized. But whatever, like I'm definitely not gonna go commit murder. I'm definitely not gonna assault anyone. I have a beautiful girl that loves me. Now you guys are gonna like warn her to leave me, and I don't know. You know what? I'll talk about this topic again tomorrow. I'm gonna put a really, really bad title on this video. Watch it go.